As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. Not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and 8.
It's second and 8.
Here we go. Back. 70 Timberwolves.
Operating from the gun. Presley. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
The Chiefs at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Come on, ready.
Looking to throw. Presley. Working the middle of the field. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Taylor will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Let's go now. Mustang 19. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
Off play action. Farrell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Second and 5.
They'll try the left side. Streets. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
From the gun on 3rd down. Farrell looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Arian Smith with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Jets are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
The kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Presley. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came with it.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He sets to fire deep. And it's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Presley. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you talk about this Jets defense,
this unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Ready? Cougar 19. Let's go.
Back to throw. Presley. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lambert. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Get it. Ready.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Presley. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best.
And it'll be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Complete to number 34. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Hold it ready. Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Operating from the gun, Farrell. Wide open receiver, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Okay, great. Tag. Press all 80. Hot 70. Hot 70.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
19, 18.
Back to throw now on first down. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Come on.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
With that, he matches his receiving yards from a week ago. We still have more than a half of football to play. It's a first down.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here we go, shot. Panther 60, Panther 60.
2nd and 6. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2nd and 10.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger, go.
Back to throw. Presley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Slot man moves right.
Ready?
They go play action here on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 60 by 6.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Looking to throw. Farrell. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And that is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Presley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Farrell. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now is 2nd and 10.
Come on. Unlock right. Unlock. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Let go.
Up the middle they go. Streets. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
21 yards. First down, New York.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will bring this across midfield at the 49-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
And his throw here is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Arian Smith in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime.
The extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7.
Chiefs 7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
He finds his man, complete. It's Lambert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Streets. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Check. Cup 19. 60 Bobcat.
From the gun on third down. Farrell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" Because here they come.
And now here's another interception. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. Mustang 19, 79 Broncos.
Throwing to start the drive. Farrell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
18 Cardinals. 70 Lions.
Now a handoff up the middle. Streets. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
70,
From the gun on 3rd down, Farrell. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
50, Viking 18, 70, 60 Bison.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Cuts, ready? Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 7 Pirates. 19 Titans. 16 Everett. 18 Pioneers.
Operating from the gun. Farrell. He's got Smith here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Panther 60. Panther, go.
Looking to throw. Farrell. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
Bronco 80. Ready.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Top Warriors, 17.
From the gun on 3rd down, Farrell. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you call stringing the play out. I know he was looking for a spot to get upfield, but they gave him nowhere to cut, nowhere to find a place to make it into the secondary, and they forced him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the KC crowd can make it very tough.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready?
Off the play fake. Farrell. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Arian Smith with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Presley. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk, set, third, ready.
On 1st down, Streets. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
His kick is
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Taken at the goal line. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's got room past the 30. And all the way up to the 46. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 46.
Looking to throw. Presley. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Tag, ready.
Off the bootleg. Presley. Rush coming in. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
Ready, set.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Presley. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Presley. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. All I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, You become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. Count.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Arian Smith, 56 yards. And the Jets start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing. Trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Chiefs on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off play action. Presley. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs.
Ready.
Now we'll give to Taylor. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 91 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a first down.
Ready.
First down.
18 Cardinals.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the play fake. Presley. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Here we go. Start.
They'll run on first down. Streets. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big pickup of 38.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one...